We'll get everybody a few minutes to find their seats. All right, I will call this meeting of the Housing Committee to order. Oh, look at us mixing it up. I like that. See you, Representative Zula. If there are any remarks from my co-chair, I'd love to begin.
Me not talk, huh? Hi, Senator Marks. I am thrilled to be chair of the Housing Committee. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of bold work. Housing affects every person, every constituent that we all represent, and I am ready to do some hard work and some bold work and some very meaningful work. Thank you.
And our ranking members, I know our Senate ranking has to get back to labor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That's right. I'm actually in the Labor Committee also, serving as a ranking member there simultaneously, and we actually are debating some concepts over there, so I am going to return. But I did want to come over here and not miss the very first meeting of the 2025 Housing Committee, especially since we have a lot of new members. We have a new Senate chairman. I'm excited to engage in the hot and decisive debates that we have in this committee. It's actually, in my opinion, maybe the most fun committee in the legislature. You know, maybe we don't agree on so much of the content of what happens, but it's always been a very good committee where members from both sides of the aisle are free and not just to engage, but also to exchange ideas. And I think we've actually come up with a lot of really valuable bipartisan solutions to some problems, despite the fact that it maybe is not so clear on day one that that's even possible. And I'm going to work towards that end for sure. And I'm excited that I'm going to get to engage in some dialogue with my Senate counterpart. I know she's very passionate about her views on housing and other things, and so am I. So I think that this committee will be informative, and I think it'll be entertaining, and hopefully we'll actually come up with some good policy at the end. I mean, that would be the ultimate goal. So thank you very much for indulging me, and I look forward to a good year and working with all of you folks. Thank you.
Rep. Scott?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I'm excited to be back. I mean, we had, this is gonna be my second term now as ranking on housing. I'm excited to see back. We have some new folks, some old folks, but the new folks could be bringing some fresh ideas. Will be great. We can always hear more fresh ideas. I haven't had a chance to work with Senator Marks yet. I look forward to doing so as we go forward. We also have a couple of new folks over here. The more ideas, the better, right? We need to funnel those ideas down and figure out what's going to work best. We have a homelessness problem that we've talked about as a legislature that we still keep talking about. So I hope out of housing we have another path forward there, and not just live in housing. It needs to live throughout the legislature, and we need to continue that battle. So every single person in this housing committee who supports it coming out, it needs to go and fight it with the governor's office and also moving forward. So as a number one priority, we're here to help the most needy, and those are the most needy in the state of Connecticut. And we need to be there to support those folks. And I look forward to being a champion and advocate for that. But of course, we have many other ideas we need to hit on. But that's one that's really important to me. So thank you.
Thank you, Representative. I'm going to move on. We are very quickly going to have a round of introductions. We're going to do it the same way the Education Committee does it. Try to stick to 30 seconds. But before I do so, I wanted to let everybody know who our staff is here. The only returning member of our staff, we have Sean McGann from OLR. We have Julia Banzel from OLR. We have Elizabeth Libby Carlson, who is our new LCO. Brianna Pollard from OFA, and our new clerk, Ariana Sakitas. I will repeat that one more time, Sakitas, for anybody who's trying to read it. And now I will start with our vice chairs, starting with the Senate Vice Chair. 30 seconds, let us know who you are.
I'm Senator Heron Gaston. I represent the 23rd Senatorial District encompassing the city of Bridgeport, the town of Stratford. I'm excited to be a part of this committee because we know that fundamentally housing cuts across socioeconomic backgrounds. Everybody in this room have to be housed. And I think that there's going to be great work that we're going to do, and I'm excited to work with all of you.
Representative Roberts.
Representative Roberts represent the sixth largest city in the state, Norwalk, Connecticut, the fastest growing city. So when we talk about housing, we're really doing it now, currently, and keep going. Happy to be back here. Wonderful committee, and I'm just happy to get ready to do the work that we want to do for our people within the state of Connecticut.
Representative Larry Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I look forward to another term on the Housing Committee. I've been here since my first of 9 terms being here. So I've been here over a long time and look forward to working with the governor, the Department of Housing, the chairs of this committee, and the members of this committee to address both building more housing and to work on more policy that actually helps the residents of this state. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, former Mr. Chair. Representative Corpus.
I'm Representative Corpus, representing the 149th District in Greenwich and Stamford. I'm a freshman. I'm very much looking forward to working with all of you and to engaging in these important topics. Thank you.
Representative Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kevin Brown, Vernon's 56th District. Happy to be back for a second term on the Housing Committee. And as an educator outside of the legislature, I see an intersection between housing and education. So I'm happy to continue to work on housing policy for the state of Connecticut. Thank you.
Representative Jensen.
Hello, Representative Jensen, 131st District, which is Oxford, Southbury, and Naugatuck. I am also a selectman in the town of Oxford, and before being a selectman, I spent about 6 years on planning and zoning. And it was on planning and zoning that I first got interested in state policy, so I'm really excited to be here and actually affect the policy myself.
A busy man, bless you. Representative Zullo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Rep. Joe Zula. I represent the 99th Assembly District, which is most of the town of East Haven, the greatest community in the state of Connecticut, at the junction of 91 and 95 on the water. Can't beat it. Looking forward to working with all of you this year to identify comprehensive housing solutions. We can't just look at this one singular issue at a time. This is a global issue. That means reforming 8-30G, creating more housing, addressing homelessness, coming up with a solution that's going to address all of those in a fair manner. So looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Representative Turco.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gary Turco, 27th District, representing Newington and the city of New Britain. And I requested to be on this committee first time because I see the cost of housing and the rising homelessness in our state as one of the, if not the biggest issue that we need to tackle this legislative session. It has such ramifications on everything else in our economy and the quality of life for individuals. So I'm really looking forward to working with each of you and the rest of our colleagues in the legislature to make some significant progress this session. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Sweet.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm Lori Sweet. I represent Hamden's 91st District. I'm really proud of the work that we've done around fair rent commissions, our rental registry program, and most recently our housing as a human right resolution that we're seeing through the council. I'm really excited to work with all of you. I'm very passionate about housing, and I'm looking forward to a great, meaningful session. Thank you.
And out there in Zoom land, Senator Anwar.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Senator Saud Anwar, represent the 3rd Senate District, the towns of East Hartford, South Windsor, Ellington, and East Windsor. I'm currently the co-chair on the public health side, but public health comes through housing, and that's why I requested to be part of housing. This is going to be one of the most important work that's going to happen through this good committee through the leadership, your and Senator Marks' leadership. I want to be part of that journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Hockadell.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jan Hockadell, Senator for the 13th District. I represent all of Meriden, parts of Middletown, Middlefield, and Cheshire. I'm glad to be returning to this committee. I chair the Aging Committee, and aging also goes hand in hand with housing. We have a large population of aging that are homeless, and it's very concerning. So looking forward to the good work of this committee again this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And I am your chair, Representative Antonio Felipe, your House chair. Don't want to diminish my colleague here. But when it comes to this committee, I know that we're coming back, a lot of us, to do a lot of really good work for the people of the state of Connecticut. And I want to first of all congratulate every single one of you. We all did the same thing to get here, right? We all worked on behalf of our communities. We all made sure that people came out and supported us, and they brought us here for a reason. And that reason is not to sit here and do something in service of leadership or parties, to do something in service of community, do something in service of the people that you represent. So here on this committee, we're going to make sure that we are collaborative as we possibly can be. I'm actually really appreciative of Representative Zullo for sitting on that side of the room, because it shows that we're not one of those committees where we're trying to be adversaries here. We're really trying to be collaborative, really trying to learn from each other. There are a lot of really good opportunities to talk to a lot of folks who listen to people within their district, listen to people within this building that have a lot of knowledge on certain things. Representative Zullo, you chair planning and development, you're the ranking planning and development. That's important. Representative Scott, we've been collaborative. It's from the moment I got here. I'm very appreciative of you, and I know that relationship is going to continue. Senator Marks, welcome. I know you're ready and gung-ho to do this work. We've been meeting with folks all day, and we're going to continue to do that, because I know that it's important to know what's happening across the state of Connecticut. I know about Bridgeport because I've been there my entire life, but I don't know about how great East Haven is, because I don't believe you, but maybe you can convince me. And I don't know about Monroe and some of these other places, but New London, I do know a little bit about New London. You guys are pretty good. But we're going to be collaborative, and we're going to make sure that this increase of 13% in homelessness and 30% in rent, and all the burdens that are happening to young people in the state of Connecticut, to people in our cities, to people in our rural areas, and in the suburbs where it's hard to pay to buy a home or to refinance your home, or to figure out what to do when the cost of your home is raising and you're paying all these taxes. It's a tough road ahead of us. It's not going to be an easy committee, but you're going to have our ears as long as we're collaborative. So thank you. Madam Chair, when is our next meeting?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, our next meeting is going to be on next Thursday. Ariana, what date is that? January 23rd. And what time, Ariana?
11 a.m.
There we go. Well, you know what? We should fix that after the meeting ends. But are there any other remarks before I ask for someone to adjourn? Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor? Thank you, everybody.